When you start getting your private practice going or already have it there, you may realize that you just can't do everything yourself. You decided to take someone on to help your practice run a little more smoothly and make your life easier. Now you have to interview them. Great! Another thing that you've never done before. How do you even go about this process? Hey, it's Becca here with Mindful Web Solutions. We create fun, informational videos helping therapists grow their own private practices and recommend tools to help them along the way. Today, I'm going to give you tips on how to interview like a pro. Before we dive in, I'd like to give you a quick overview of Mindful Web Solutions. We are a team of award-winning designers and marketers committed to helping therapists, counselors, and psychologists create a beautiful, custom, responsive website. For more information about what we do, click the link in the description below. Before you just post a job out there for anyone to come apply, ask around in your network. Finding someone trusted by someone you trust can save you a lot of heartaches. Hiring an employee who doesn't fit the profile just right or seems great on paper for you to just find out that they are barely doing their job or not doing it correctly can cause you a lot of frustration and money. You still have to pay this person for the time that they worked under you, and now you have to start the process all over again to find decent help. So when someone in your network knows someone just right for the job, this can save you money and time. We know that your network may not be able to help you fill this role, and that's when you're going to want to put your job posting out there. Use all the free places to post your job, but we also recommend using one paid service to try to fill this job as well, so you get a broad range of interviewers coming in for your position. When posting these jobs out there, make sure that you're being ultra specific as to what you are expecting out of someone in this role and what qualifications are expected out of this person. If a cover letter is appropriate here, make sure they have this as well. If someone is not willing to do the work on the job application, they most likely will not do the job up to your standards as well. When you are getting the applications that fit qualifications that you are looking for, it's time to start scheduling interviews. Try to wait until you have at least a couple of good candidates on paper before you start scheduling interviews. Then you can conduct interviews for 1 week and make sure a decision on the next. You don't want to leave your interviewers waiting for your response to a ridiculous amount of time. They should be interviewing you at the same time to make sure that your role aligns with their future goals for themselves. Paying attention to see if they are doing that or not can show you the seriousness of the candidate. When they come in for the interviews, start off a bit more on the casual side. This helps shakes the nerves on both sides of the field, as well as gives you a better idea of who this person is. Ask them about their hobbies, family, interests, and so on. Trying to keep the interview more on the casual side of things encourages the candidate to keep the conversation more authentic of how they will act from day to day. Try to avoid the generic interview questions. More people have been trained to respond to those questions to say exactly what you want to hear. This makes it very hard for you to get a real idea of this person. Ask them more off the beaten path questions. Once I had a job interview, and the last question she asked me was if I could be any animal in the world, what would it be? I replied, probably a little too excitedly, a great white shark. I have a bit of an obsession with the animal. My enthusiasm plus the animal I chose landed me the job. Why? Because I showed a passion as well as a bit about my personality. She wanted a go-getter and I chose an alpha animal. Ask them to walk you through the day-to-day in their last job. Use this to get a better understanding of the quality of work they provide. So say they did a lot of ads for their last company, ask them what kind of ads and what challenges they face and how they overcame them. This gives you a much better idea of the quality of work they produce. Dig into situations the person may face if they were offered the role and see how they would handle them in a way that you see fit. Really dig into part of the role and see how they respond. Do they seem to be confused by what you were saying, or did they follow along with what you were saying and elaborated more with it? The last thing you should ask them is to break down a situation. Then ask them to address a coworker about it. See how they word things and if it fits what you're expecting out of the role and if they would fit in with the environment of your workplace. The interview should always end with you asking them if they have any questions for you. This normally revolves around pay, vacations, benefits, and training. If they were paying attention very well, they may even bring up one of the situations you brought up and ask if that's something that they will be working with. Following this guide should help you find a candidate that fits your needs and save you the stress of doing this process several times. Leave us some comments on how you've had success with interviews. Subscribe to my page. Now, do it. Seriously, hit that subscribe button. I know you want to see me on your feed. Mindful Web Solutions builds custom websites for therapists, counselors, and psychologists. If you need a website for your private practice, click the link in the description below. I'm Becca with Mindful Web Solutions, and I'll see you in the next video.